Hey, good morning. I'm in Tel Aviv. I'm on my way to the north of Israel to the ALMA Institute Research Center. It's just south of the evacuation area in the north. A lot of people don't know, but because of Hezbollah rocket fire, much of the north is completely evacuated. So I'm headed up there to find out more about what's going on so I can let you know. So goodbye, Tel Aviv, and see you soon. So a lot of people don't understand, but we're just all intertwined, all the Arabs and the Israelis on the way up to the north. So we just got to the ALMA Research and Education Center up here. And basically what it is, it's an institute that teaches people about the security challenges on the northern border. And there are plenty of them, which you might not know about. And I'm going to try and show you what's going on. You know, it took an hour and a half for me to drive here from Tel Aviv, and I want to show you the map. This is the north of Israel. If you see this pin here, this is where we are right now. That's ALMA. And over here you see a blue line. You see that blue line? That's the border. Now this is the border. We're 12 kilometers from the border, and they've been bombing every day all over here. Okay, that's been going on every day for months. People might not know about that, but that is really happening. And we're right here. And I'm going to zoom out so you can see. That's the north of Israel. That's how close we are. Everyday bombs, everyday rockets. Hey, so everyone, this is Sarit.
Hi.
Sarit, why don't you tell everyone who you are?
I am the founder and president of ALMA Research and Education Center. We focus on Israel's security challenges on the northern borders. A lot of knowledge is produced here on these issues: Hezbollah, Iran, Lebanon, Syria, especially now during the war.
Wait, and why are we walking down these stairs?
Because we are going to the bomb shelter. It's very important that if you come and visit me, you should know where the bomb shelter is, which is actually 2 floors down from ALMA, from the center itself.
Okay.
Let's get in.
Okay.
It is always open since the war started. It's not locked.
All right. So this is
That's our bomb shelter. So we are fully prepared. Yeah,
reinforced.
It is all cement.
What's that up there?
All the bomb shelters in the building are one below the other, so that way you can connect. To tell you the truth, on October 10, there were alerts all over the Galilee. We were afraid that we have an invasion, just like what happened in the south. We came here, we walked from here, and one of the things that we said that we have that, so if there will be an invasion, we can block the door with that. We said that nobody should stand next to this, because if somebody will stand next to this and there is an invasion, we are going to get shot. The feeling was a feeling of existential fear.
Sure. And rightly so.
The scenario is very realistic until now. I want to show you some photos from the war. Let's start with that one. What you see here is an anti-tank missile, very advanced one, Russian technology, distance of 8 kilometers. This was taken 8 kilometers from where the missile was shot. It was taken from a vehicle. Actually, this is one shot of a video of the camera that is inside the vehicle, and the missile just missed the vehicle from where this photo was taken. Being launched every day since this war started, against vehicles, against farmers, against soldiers, everything except, not only tanks. This is what I want to say. Though there are anti-tank missiles, they are not launched necessarily against tanks, and this is a true problem because you cannot intercept these missiles unless they are targeting tanks. I was there, one of the communities next to the border, the northern border. People build a beautiful house. They build a parking for their private car. Today, all of them are evacuated, and there is a tank in the parking instead of a private car. It looks funny, but actually this is the tragedy of the North, because 30 communities were evacuated. My father went to walk with the dogs. He saw the explosion in Lebanon, probably an IDF attack in Lebanon, and he just photo. This is a destruction in one of the kibbutzim in Israel next to the border, where more than half of the homes were damaged by these bombings of Hezbollah. And this is how, you see the credit photographer, this is how the roads are blocked whenever there is a situation assessment that missiles are on the way, or we understand there is a risk, so IDF blocked the roads to these empty communities.
آلاف مقاتل للسيطرة على مدن الجليل الأعلى ومستوطناته. قسمت هذه الدراسات المقاتلين إلى 5 فرق هدفها الاستيلاء على 5 قطاعات من الجليل الأعلى. يتولى حزب الله إمطار منطقة الشمال بمئات الصواريخ دفعة واحدة، ما يمثل ضربة أولى قوية لمستوطني الشمال. وتتقدم بعدها الفرق على النحو الآتي: الفرقة الأولى تخترق نقطة الناقورة باتجاه الحدود وتجتازها نحو مستعمرة رش على طول 7 كيلومترات للاستيلاء على مدينة نهارية التي تقع على البحر الأبيض المتوسط ويسكنها 55 ألف إسرائيلي، حيث يرجح أن تجري السيطرة عليها بالنار في المرحلة الأولى، ما يجعل من ساكنيها رهائن يصح استخدامهم دروعا بشرية.
Okay, Sarit, so you know what was interesting is that I just learned that Hezbollah has 10 times the amount of firepower as Hamas.
10 times more than Hamas.
That's scary.
It is. The capability of Hezbollah is to launch thousands of missiles every day to Israel if they fully use their capabilities.
I mean, there was one other thing that fascinated me. Sorry that my mouth is full. Is we saw a video that you showed which shows basically the Hezbollah attack, which actually mimics the Hamas attack, but the Hamas attack of them coming over the border while they're firing rockets. This video and this plan, which was publicized on TV in Lebanon by the Hezbollah, was 10 years ago.
10 years ago, even more than 10 years ago, Hezbollah declared that it is planning to invade Israel, and the details are exactly the details of the attack that Hamas executed on October 7th. And when I saw that video again on October 8th, I just searched for the videos and I looked for it again. I was surprised.
I don't understand something. 10 times more powerful. They have missiles that can reach the south of Israel. They've already planned this. Why the fuck is no one talking about this?
I don't know. Why nobody's talking about this? We are experiencing war here since actually October 8th. There are attacks that are coming from Lebanon every day. Missiles, drones, anti-tank missiles, which are not against tanks. Just the name is anti-tank missiles, which are very accurate. Every day we have attacks here. My life are completely different since October 7th.
So what's the problem?
In awareness, people don't know. This is the untold story. People don't understand that the threat from Lebanon is even greater than the threat from Hamas.
Okay, hold on a second. So do you hear that, guys? Okay, so people don't know. So now you guys know. So you need to share this. Now, Sarit is doing incredible work here, but we need to help Sarit get the message out because the north of Israel is literally under fire, and it could be a lot worse.
It could be a lot worse. We are personally afraid for our lives here because we know that Hezbollah was prepared for an invasion, and for some reason, Hamas was the starting maneuver, if you like, okay? We don't know exactly when Hezbollah will decide to send these commando units to Israel. We don't know.
So in a nutshell, you come from the intelligence forces, right?
Yeah, in the past,
In
yes.
the past, right? But actually you're a mother and you have family here. And you came from the center and you've been living here in the north how long?
16 years.
Okay, so this is not just like, it's maybe a skirmish or a war with Hezbollah. This is like personal.
It's the most personal thing you can ever imagine. You know, yesterday somebody told me, yeah, maybe Hezbollah would not do the same atrocities of Hamas. So I said, okay, maybe they'll just shoot me and not cut my breast off. What does that matter? If their plan is to kill Israelis and to invade to the Galilee, and they are capable of doing that, and they are spread just on the other side of the border, and they have munitions in every third home of the Shiite towns in Lebanon, what does that matter? How are they going to kill us?
So wait a second. So we know what Hamas wants, right? We know what Hamas wants, but what does Hezbollah want?
Practically the same thing in a different way. Because Hezbollah wants to distribute the Islamic Revolution values and wants to take over Lebanon. And if it creates a campaign against Israel, even though it may destroy Lebanon, eventually it will help it to take over Lebanon because it will weaken all other players in Lebanon.
So wait, so Hamas is radical, fundamental Islamic jihad organization, just like ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and Hezbollah is pretty much the same thing.
The difference is that Hamas is Sunni and Hezbollah is Shiite. Muslim Sunnis, Muslim Shiite, we are used to the fact that they are fighting each other, but people don't know that in some cases they collaborate with each other.
Right, but right now, as far as I'm concerned, I don't give a fuck. They're Islamic radical jihadists, and they want to kill me. And not just me, they want to kill Christians, they want to kill anyone that doesn't kneel down to them, right?
I agree.
Okay, well, I mean, you can agree, but that's the truth, right? They don't hide it, right?
In Lebanon, the greatest opponents to Hezbollah in Lebanon are Christians.
Why aren't we hearing them?
We hear them, but the problem is that sometimes it's misleading because people think that the Lebanese are against war. The Christians of Lebanon are against war.
But the Muslims.
But the Muslim Shiites that are actually the base of Hezbollah were indoctrinated for the culture of death and the culture of hate. In the funerals of the Hezbollah military operatives that were killed by the IDF in the current campaign, the people shout, "Death to America, death to Israel."
Let me ask you one more question. You can have some bamba. Or not. No.
With Crohn's disease, it's better. Less is better.
We're all human beings here. One question, and I know it's a very, very big answer, but I'm going to ask you to try and keep it. The Iranians. What have the Iranians got to do with all of this?
First, I want to emphasize it's not the Iranian people, it's the Iranian Ayatollahs. And the Iranian Ayatollahs are following the Islamic Revolution ideas and values, which the main idea is to spread these values all over the world, these values of complete loyalty to the supreme leader of Iran, these values of radical interpretation of the Shiite Islam. And this is being done as we speak, not only in the Middle East, but elsewhere in Europe and in the United States. They establish mosques that educate the children to the same values.
You know, the thing that kills me is why ordinary, I mean, forget the Jewish people. I mean, we're on the front lines, but like, why aren't people talking about this? Is it because they're being played? The Iranians are doing so well with playing two sides at the same time?
I think that people want quiet. Even in Israel, you know, if we look at the failure to give alert to what Hamas had done, it was around a psychological barrier that people wanted quiet. But actually this quietness is a lie. It's fake, because at the same time, these terrorist groups build their capabilities, extreme capabilities, against Israel, and at the same time, Iran, as we speak, is progressing with its nuclear project.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for, I know you can't, I'm all for the Allied forces dropping billions of bombs on the Iranian nuclear facility and just destroying it. I don't understand why it hasn't happened, but also to stop continuing with the hate in their agenda, which is quite literally to destroy and end Israel.
I always say that I don't understand why the world expects Israel to attack the nuclear facilities.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because they want to keep going to their Starbucks, and they want to go to Target, and they want to binge watch Netflix TV. And I don't think it's out of animosity. I think they just want to continue with life, and they don't want to know. And I wouldn't want to know either. We wouldn't want to know, but we're on the front lines. But anyway, I mean, Iran is dangerous, and I guess Hezbollah, it's an imminent threat. Like these attacks are happening daily for months, and to me anyway, it's a matter of time. But anyway, let's keep going.